Hello and welcome to this week's issue of the Earbones podcast, the only podcast that thinks Tony Stark should go back on the bottle, the alcohol bottle, not the baby bottle. I'm Brandon, the ears of the Earbones,
And I'm Stick, the bones of Earbones.
and what do you got today? Anything special?
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's still early.
Well, we haven't talked technically on this for a week, so you don't have anything that happened in a week.
Well, I do, but I mean, I'm saving it for the news.
For the news. You just want to hop into this week's books then?
Yeah, might as well.
What do you want to talk about first?
Uh,
Anything in particular you're excited to talk about?
How about Daredevil?
Daredevil.
That was fantastic.
See, I had a problem with Daredevil.
Oh, of course you did.
I did have a problem. I feel like, if anything, this should have been a jumping on point.
That's true.
They could have made this issue. There was no reason to end this series other than to bump it up $1.
Yeah, but I don't think it should have ended. But I don't think it could have been a jumping on point.
I 100% believe it could have been.
You know nothing about Foggy. Why he's, in a
Well,
hospital.
I mean,
You don't know anything about the people that are chasing Daredevil. Or the corrupt judges and stuff.
I get you. Maybe I took a lot of that for granted because it built up so slowly.
But it was a good pace.
It was. But I'd like to say congratulations for the 50 years without fear Daredevil anniversary, I guess. I was excited to see that. The cover's fantastic. Altogether, though, this Daredevil was one of the best Daredevils I've ever read.
I know. I'm missing the first 7 issues of it, and I want to track them down.
I'm glad it's still the same creative team.
Yes.
I'm definitely going to pick it up. I'm still a little bummed it's $3.99.
But that's a book I feel okay paying $3.99 for. Like,
If the quality goes down at it $3.99, I'm going to be upset.
yeah, but I mean, I wasn't ever disappointed with that book.
There were a few really slow issues, but all in all, I agree with you. It was very, very good stuff.
Oh, extremely. I mean, I didn't really care for Daredevil before I read this. I gotta tell you.
Where's he moved to? San Francisco?
Yeah, I believe
Somewhere in
so.
California?
Yeah.
And he's going to practice law there because he practiced it before.
Yes. I don't remember when he...
No. I imagine it happened in the 90s.
Probably. When nobody
I think
cared.
everybody moved to the 90s and, San Francisco in the 90s. Everybody
Why is he
moved.
no, middle of the United States superhero?
Great Lake Avengers.
I mean, serious.
Wasn't that Big Bertha, Doorman,
Doorman?
and Mr. Immortal? Was that his name? He just died all the time, but he could come back. Yeah, there really aren't any Midwest.
Nope, it's either West Coast or East Coast.
Where did New Warriors take place? Is that East Coast?
I want to say...
Not the new Incantation. I have no idea where that takes place.
Oh, the old one. I have no idea.
You know where the new one takes place?
Oh, the brand new one that
Yeah.
just relaunched that
Yeah.
shouldn't exist? No.
All right, moving on. I just made you read this book because I really, really enjoyed this book. It's Avengers World number 3. How did you feel?
I really liked it. I thought the art in it was fantastic.
Well, I think it's the same guy that's been drawing Avengers. Stefano Caselli.
Yeah, but it was more making the martial arts look believable,
And I just love it. The whole issue is just a battle between Shang-Chi and Gorgon.
It was like I was reading a B-movie. It was fantastic.
But the only Gorgon I know is the Inhumans Gorgon. Who is this guy?
I have no idea.
I've never seen this guy
Was there
before.
any build-up to him? Because,
No.
again, I didn't read the other 2 issues.
He's the guy who, you saw the island Madripoors on a dragon's head flying through the sky.
Yes.
He did that.
Oh.
That's all the bases we have for him.
And apparently he can turn people to stone?
Because he's the Gorgon. Like Medusa's a Gorgon.
Okay. I didn't know if they were...
I don't know if they're related or
Oh.
if they're banging.
They might be.
But I loved it. Just the full pages of him, hitting and fighting, and then the side pages of telling him where he's drawing strength from and who he's drawing strength from.
Fantastic.
And even the ending when he gets cast off of the thing was fantastic. I like Shang-Chi a lot.
You know what? He's grown on me.
I didn't know how they were going to bring him back as this younger guy. Because even when I read Shang-Chi before, the Shang-Chi I have, he's 40 years old. That may be an exaggeration.
That's why I asked you if it was the same Shang-Chi, because, again, the Shang-Chi I know is from Master of Kung Fu, and he's old.
I love that issue, though. Although it strayed really far away from what the storyline's been. I told you about Hydra Island and Smasher. That's what that book is.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's what we got.
I wouldn't have got that from anywhere.
No.
Not even the exposition even said anything.
Exactly. I think it's just Hickman being a madman.
That's what he does.
Back on board, though, with Hickman.
Are you?
You got a book you want to talk about?
How about Harley Quinn? You read this.
I did read it.
Oh.
I came in negatively. I did. I came in with a bad attitude. I didn't want to like it, but I really did enjoy it. I think, who's that? Is that Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palmiotti?
Yes, Amanda Connor.
They're married, aren't they?
I wouldn't know that.
I think they are.
Oh.
I think they're together. But I found it's a very fun issue. It's a very fun book.
It's not what you expect.
Well, it is. I expected it to be a Deadpool-esque character, and that's what she is. But she's not.
She's independent. It's not like she's riding on Joker's coattails the whole time.
I agree. I mean, Deadpool's not riding on anybody's coattails either.
Well, I understand that, but like when I think Harley Quinn, you just think Joker automatically.
I guess you're right. But when I dove into this book, I was thinking Harley Quinn, and I knew it was going to equate to Deadpool. So I was looking for Deadpool a lot in there. The only difference, the main difference I saw is that she doesn't actively want to kill people.
No.
She just does it when she has to.
I mean, it's a good book. This issue was a Valentine's Day issue, which I should have guessed from the cover, but I had no idea going into it.
Really? Because I was going to ask you about the cover, but I just let you go.
I didn't really...
See, I really liked it. I really did. Not enough for me to jump on it, seeing as that I have 56 weekly titles.
Oh, I understand.
Or 56 titles right now, ongoings.
But they're standalone. Like, all the books so far have been standalones.
I'm not saying that when you bring them over, I'm not going to read them.
Oh, I understand, but that's what I like about it. It's hard to find standalone issues where I feel like I get a decent story in one issue.
It's rare. It's really rare. I thought I was going to get that with the Twilight Zone book that's out now.
You were wrong, huh?
We're going into issue 4. It's the same story. Don't get me wrong. Fantastic story. It really
I mean,
is.
there's still like the underlining development.
What with the beaver?
The beaver.
See, I feel the beaver are just Deadpool's voices. Like I feel there's a lot of Deadpool in it. I feel.
That's true.
I hope they don't milk it to that point. But
Yeah,
it is. She set up nice. The art is gorgeous.
It is.
She looks fantastic in this book. I love it.
It's not all fanfare. I don't feel like she's not, half naked the whole time.
She's not spread eagle on the hood of a Camaro in a White Snake video.
Pretty much, disappointingly, but but I think that's what gives a little bit of class that he needs.
Well, I don't know about class, but it's not raunchy and it's not overdone.
It's no Starfire. I mean,
Starfire.
Yeah.
Let me talk about the Punisher.
Okay.
You read this?
Yes, I did.
And
I enjoyed it. I hate to even say that, the words come out of my mouth, because you're going to never let me live it down, but
Never.
I did enjoy it.
Few things. I love the use of color. The coloring in
Yes.
this is fantastic. He sets whole moods with one little stripe of color. And there's one panel in here, if I could find it real quick, where I think he's shooting somebody in the head or something, and the other girl is passing out, and it's drawn as if her eyes are closing.
It's fantastic.
It's those little things that make this so good.
And there's one page in there where it just gets progressively brighter at the end, and it almost made me want to squint. It was just strange, but
It was so good.
I really enjoyed it. That page right there,
At the beginning.
Yes.
It's the art is fantastic. I love how he helped the police, but they did it in a way that he wore a mask, so they couldn't tell it was him.
And I really like the coyote part. The coyote he took.
It was a nice addition.
But
see, that reminds me of, you didn't read it, Wolverine Max. At the beginning of it, he took a dog in, and him and that dog were just like best friends. They went everywhere together. It reminds me of that, which I also loved in that too. But we have the reveal of, it looks like to be Punisher's first actual villain in this series, which is Electro.
Yes.
The movie Electro, it appears.
It is the movie Electro. It's happening now.
The Amazing Spider-Man Electro. And I mean, I still feel like there's a comic book feel to him, because he still has the suit, although he's blue.
I really do like it. I mean, he's not as unrealistic, I think.
See,
that mask he had before was outrageous.
You mean fantastic. You spelled fantastic wrong with your mouth.
I guess I'm not good with letters.
It was awesome. I absolutely loved every bit of it. But I mean, this book, honestly, if you're even a mediocre Punisher fan,
I'm not even a Punisher fan.
But you're not going to. I will
recommend it.
You're not going to pick it up though. But you'll recommend it.
If I would happen to drop something,
if I dropped this and you couldn't read it, would you pick it up?
Maybe I would consider dropping Justice League 3000 for that.
We're giving that 5 issues. I thought
we are, but I mean,
at least I am. You don't have to.
I'm going to, just for your sake.
Let's talk about Iron Man Annual #1.
Can I just say, I don't know what the hell happened in that issue.
Can I just say, I have notes here, and my notes are 2 words, and they just say completely lost.
Okay, as long as I'm not alone.
I had no idea what was going on.
The only thing I got at the end was that Arno's a little uneasy about Stark for taking away extremists.
Yeah. But other than
That
that...
came out of nowhere, though.
Other than that, where's...
That took a page.
Like, is this callback? Like, what is this a callback to? I've been reading this since the first issue.
I was going to ask you if you knew. Cause
No! I've been reading this since the first issue, and this is... I have no idea who this... The Soviet...
The Soviet robot on the moon.
I have no idea. Like, and unless it's going back to, like, Iron Man Volume 3 or Volume 2 when it was, like, in the 90s, that's the only way it could be, because I've read most of Volume 1.
And the fact that you said that really makes me even more concerned, because...
I'm just completely lost. It's hard for me to believe that the writer, Kieran Gillen, would write something like this without it leading somewhere, because just been killing it on the actual series.
Yeah, unless they're going to tie it in to what... I assume they are now that Arno's there. It's going to tie into the series.
I guess so. But, I mean, then again, I've never read the Extremis series either.
But is Iron Metropolis still happening?
I believe so.
I thought we were still the Mandarins. I thought that was the main...
Well, the Mandarins are coming into Iron Metropolitan. Iron
Okay.
Metropolitan. That's what's going on.
I keep saying Metropolis. I'm sorry.
Metropolis.
Metropolis. Daily Planet.
Let's talk about Animal Man number 28. Because I got a text message from you this week that just said, how is Animal Man ending? Now, I didn't even know Animal Man was ending.
I didn't either.
When did you find out it was ending? Because you texted me almost, I'm going to say, an hour after I finished reading this issue.
I think I read it on Comic Vine.
But after you said it, I looked it up, and it did say, he said that he was just done with the story. He just said he was done.
It's outrageous.
He's done.
It was fantastic. That issue was fantastic.
It was.
I really, really enjoyed it.
I've loved this book, since I hopped on it, which was what? I hopped on most of these in the Zero issues, when Zero issues came out?
Yeah, it was before Rot, so...
Yeah, and I've loved Animal Man, and the fact is, I mean, we will see Animal Man in that new Justice League, I believe.
United, yes. But
and I'm alright with that, but...
No, like, this was...
It was. I mean, don't get me wrong, throughout the series there were times where I was completely lost.
Yeah.
It took me like 10 issues to get acclimated to his family's names. Like, they didn't place them in there properly or something. I just never knew their names.
I agree. I still don't know his son's name that died.
Oh my god.
Exactly.
Like, when she says it, I know what it is.
But, like, at the end there, when they're all, like, after he saves his wife and his daughter, and they're just, like, holding each other and saying that they'll be there for...
Cliff. Cliff was the kid's name.
Yeah, Cliff isn't coming back, but they'll be there for her. I don't know. I thought it was fantastic.
Oh, it was.
Like, that was just...
I just love that they gave Animal Man another dimension. You read the space issue, or I told you about the space issue?
You told me about it.
How he can now channel animals from other galaxies, and he's just that much more powerful, I guess you could say. But I did. I mean, I've always loved the totem with the antlers, like the antlers as eyes, the horns as eyes.
Yeah.
He's always been such a badass. And when Animal Man killed him, it was perfect.
It was. Just ripped off his antlers and stabbed him.
It was fantastic. But I hate how you ruined it. I was still wallowing in the goodness of it, and you texted me and said, Animal Man's ending. And I just said, what? What?
I couldn't believe it, because, I mean, I understand they're building up, but...
I mean, it's not even like it was a lack of sales, supposedly.
No, it was...
Jeff Lemire just said, nah, I'm done. I have nothing more to say about this family. So, if he doesn't wrap it up correctly, I'm going to be really pissed off.
Yeah, I mean, at least someone else should at least pick it up, at least.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think that was like his baby, though. Like his book. Because when they pitched it with the New 52, I don't think it was supposed to be a marquee title. It was just supposed to be one of those, like, niche titles. But it caught on. It was so good. That's what happened.
It was. I'm upset about it. I can't wait to read the last issue, though.
You know what I'm upset about? That you brought that Birds of Prey. So why don't you talk about it?
There's not really much to say. This Gothatopia?
I don't know what Gothatopia is. I imagine it has something to do with Gotham.
Yeah, it's Scarecrow. Instead of using his toxin to make everything have nightmares and shit, he then makes everyone think they're in utopia. And the people who are the criminals are people who are coming out of his trance. And I don't know. I'm not on it, like the Batmans.
I honestly, I know nothing of Birds of Prey. Who's even on the team?
Well, I don't know this guy's name. They picked him up at some point.
I thought Birds of Prey were all female.
Well, it's Black Canary, Batgirl, and
That's Batgirl. Looks like the Huntress.
No, that's yeah. I don't know.
It's definitely Batgirl. But
I got it for my girlfriend mostly.
But you love it.
No.
It's horrible.
I mean, this issue was horrible.
How much is it?
It's $2.99.
All right, that's all right then. As long as it's
Yeah.
$2.99, it's justifiable. But I don't read it.
But like Black Canary's husband is in a coma, and they can't bring him back.
Who is Black Canary's husband?
I don't know.
Did Black Canary and Green Arrow have something going on for a long time?
Yes.
Or was it just the title?
No, they had something going on.
They were
for a long
banging?
time. Yeah, yeah,
Like Mockingbird and Hawkeye?
yeah. It's kind of the same thing.
I miss Mockingbird.
Yeah, she's dead, isn't she?
I don't know. Remember, we looked this
Yeah, we
up
go
last
through this
week.
all the time, don't we?
I think she's still alive. She's just in S.H.I.E.L.D. somewhere. I think she's still a member of S.H.I.E.L.D. Either way. You didn't even ask me to read that, so I imagine that I would just rip into it.
The only good part is that Ra's al Ghul comes to Black Canary, who the Birds of Prey are working for, like, another immortal, like Ra's al Ghul. She's like the mother or something, mother of Earth. I don't know, but gives her enough of the Lazarus pit in a bottle to bring her husband back a little bit, to try to get her to join sides with him. That's the only thing that came out of this book. I mean, I jumped out at a weird time, that's why I'm kind of confused.
How long have you been on it? How many issues?
I think 3.
I thought you were on that, like, or did you just have some back issues?
I just had some back issues. But, I don't know.
You're disappointed all
I would
around?
wait until this arc's over to even think about getting on it. But
It's disappointing.
it's disappointing.
Speaking of disappointing, A+X.
Well, I could have told you that.
The cover characters here is Iron Man and Brew. Do you know who Brew is?
No, do you?
I do now. Like, I kind of did before. I'm pretty sure it's like a young X-Man. And I think it's a brood.
Oh?
Doesn't it? It kind of appears like one, correct?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the only thing I can work out is that it is a brood, like a civilized brood. Entirely, like, very intelligent. And is brought by Beast to do like a career overview and a career observation of Iron Man.
Oh.
So there's a lot of back and forth between them. It's actually a fun little scene and little thing. But the second story in here is Cap and Cyclops, and it was the first time that they've done like an ongoing story in this A+X. Like usually it's just 2 separate stories in every issue, but this has been going on for like 4 issues. Really weird.
Is it any good?
It's all right because Jerry Dugan's writing it, so it's good enough.
Well, I'm going to say every time I see you pull one of those issues out, I keep saying I didn't even know that was still going on.
The thing is, I was dropping it after this. My plan was to drop it after this issue. And then I turned to this last page and saw the solicitation for the next issue,
Well, you need that.
which is Vision and Kitty Pryde.
Yep.
And Lockheed, her dragon friend.
Yes, her little dragon friend.
But that Vision is fantastic. I love the look of that Vision right there.
That Kitty Pryde, I like her costume.
But I don't know what the story's going to be, but as long as Vision's in it,
Yeah, you're going to read it.
I have to pick it up. And it wasn't altogether bad enough to avoid that.
Would you recommend it, though?
To somebody who's not into comics continuity-wise, yes. Because it's non-continuity. It's all out of continuity. There's nothing you need to know. They even tell you at the beginning in the exposition, jokingly, like, don't worry about anything. This is all out of continuity. So you can really do anything with the characters, which is good. And fun most of the time.
Most of the time.
But there's definitely been some bummers.
What issue number is that?
17.
Jesus.
I think I hopped on at 13. Or maybe 12. Either way, though, I hopped on it because Diodato had a cover. And that issue was actually fantastic. It was Wonder Man and, I want to say Cap, just being boys.
That'd be awesome.
I don't know if, no, it was Beast. It was Wonder Man and Beast. Because they used to be really good friends, I guess, which I didn't know. And they went out to the bar drinking, and then went out and partied with women. It was awesome. It was fantastic. But if it was that issue, I'd recommend it. Now, even though it's fun, not if you're like reading for continuity.
Okay.
This book, which I talked briefly about last week, that I jumped on, A Voice in the Dark, done by Laramie Taylor, and I believe that does it all with his mouth, writes it, draws it, everything.
It's beautiful looking.
It is, and I don't like
Black and white.
I don't like black and white art. This book sucked me in deeper than any book I've read this week.
Really?
I hadn't... Obviously, this is number 4. I have no idea what's going on in the story. I am not connected with these characters at all. I had no idea. And by the end of this, I truly cared about the characters. And I felt like I just got done watching a TV show. That's how much it took me, and that's how genuine this character interaction is.
That sounds fantastic.
It was, honestly, it was so unbelievable. I don't know why I care about these people. I don't know why. But it's kind of, the story I got from it is kind of like a female Dexter in college.
Oh.
But just all the character interaction is perfect. And like the characters are so genuine in how they're written and who they are. It's almost flawless. But the thing that weirded me out is there's like so many publishers for this. Like it's under Top Cow, Image, and Minotaur. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't even understand what that even means.
But I mean, this cover's gorgeous.
Yeah, it is.
And the whole book is fantastic.
A Voice in the Dark.
A Voice in the Dark. I recommend this 10 out of 10 times to anybody.
How much is it?
I think it's $3.50. Nope, $3.99. So it's a $3.99 book, a $3.99 black and white book, which is kind of rare. You usually don't get $3.99 black and white books.
Yeah.
But this dude is drawing it with his mouth.
Yeah, I mean, can't argue with that.
And like I said, if you just want some good character interaction, and the art, the subtleties in the shadow blow my mind. Just the little shadows, the little things. It's just
that's rare for you to even praise black and white.
It is, and I love this. The foreground is so simple, yet the background is not detailed at all. So it really makes you feel like you're right there with them, and it makes you focus more on what's going on. I don't know. I loved it. I can't preach it enough.
I
honestly.
know you're gushing over here. I
didn't expect it, and I need you to read that. I need you to.
Well, I'll take it home with me.
Will you?
Yeah.
You got more X-Men Legacy to read.
Oh boy, we'll get to that.
You want to talk about Justice League number 28?
Yes.
This is with this fantastic shiny cover.
I love this cover.
Oh, the paper's great.
DC's covers are so nice to touch.
Well, maybe I'll start. Me being this Metal Man fan. Metal Men.
Yeah, this is your issue, guy.
I love the Metal Men. And upon getting this, I didn't like it. I saw the cover. I think that Ivan Reyes tries to put too much detail into his art sometimes, and it really makes me not be able to focus on anything. Like, I think this cover is pretty ugly.
I can see that.
There's too much depth, or too much color variation,
and on the white background, it
looks messy.
Yeah.
I didn't like it, but the interior, I loved. Like when Platinum showed up.
Yes.
Oh man, I love this book. I love the Metal Man. I hated them to begin with because they were all like actual people. If you remember the old Metal Men, they were all weird shapes and everything. But I recall reading something identical to the giant radioactive monster. I read it. I think it was in an Action Comics, and the Metal Men and Superman teamed up. But it wasn't one of their like heart things that fell into the radioactivity. It was Superman himself. And like some skin flakes came off, and this thing was a radioactive monster with the powers of Superman.
Well, that's interesting.
But I did love this. There's nothing that I could say about.
I thought it was the story. It felt really long to me in a good way.
It was. It had a lot involved.
And the dialogue was good.
The fact that it's going to be Cyborg and the Metal Men teaming up.
Yes.
Man,
I like it.
I just hope that this issue got enough praise that the Metal Men can get their own ongoing.
Well, I hope that everything they're setting up in this Forever Evil thing doesn't just, stop existing once it's over. Like, I'd like to
DC
see...
normally does.
Yeah, I'd like to see Cyborg actually work with the Metal Men, like, from here on out.
Like, lead them.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Although, he'd have to deal with Gold. Gold's...
Yeah, he's a little
on the douchebag side.
Yeah.
Krampus number 3. Can't really talk about that because you didn't read 2.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say much about it. Maybe you read 2 and you take us when you read this. Talk about it next week.
We'll have a lot of books for next week. So.
What's that?
We'll have a lot of books for next week then.
We only got what?
10.
10 each for our subs. So yeah, it'll be normal because I usually have 18 books.
I forget.
You want to talk about Batwoman?
We could talk about Batwoman.
I just want to say I like that cover a lot.
It is very nice.
The simplicity of it just gets me.
It's usually Batwoman has never had a cover that I've been disappointed in.
I was on Batwoman for like 3 issues.
Yeah, you had no idea what was going on.
I had no idea what was going on. I couldn't handle it.
This is 28, and right now in the story, her girlfriend's daughter caught her in the bathroom after she came home from being beat up as Batwoman, and it scared her. And her girlfriend got all upset, because her girlfriend does know she's Batwoman, but, she was upset it scared her daughter and all this. So it was mostly about her girlfriend trying to get her to go get psychiatric help because of all the death she's around all the time, just making her, like, cold and distant. Which is interesting. The main villain right now is, I think he's like Black Widow or Tarantula or something. I don't know why I can't remember. Maybe because he's not really in it.
Is he a spider?
He kind of looks like a Court of the Owls guy.
Is he a man spider?
No.
Like Frank Reynolds?
He's just like a thief.
I'm not Spider-Man, I'm man spider.
I mean, he's not really in it. He's stealing stuff for this guy he works for something they haven't really revealed yet.
What is the point of this book right now? Basically the relationship between Batwoman and her girlfriend?
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
It's pretty much it. And the whole tarantula thing's kind of on the side.
So the reverse of what the normal books are doing. They're putting the relationship in the foreground.
Yeah, there's a lot of character development in this.
See, if I would have read it from the beginning...
It's always been heavy on character development, I think.
I picked up a few of the back issues at a con. Like, I picked up like 2 through 6, and I read them, and I loved them. But, once again, I didn't jump on it until... What number is this?
28.
I think I hopped on at like 21. And I read a couple in that area, and I was just lost. I couldn't do it. The art's beautiful, though. Is it the same artist?
I think the interior's changed.
Because the interiors before were just so flowy. It felt to me like Flash.
They still kind of have that, though. I mean, it's a little different style, but... I mean, they're not, like...
Is that a $3.99 book?
$2.99.
That's not bad.
It's not bad.
$2.99 for that.
I recommend it. I haven't been disappointed with it yet. Like you said, it's a little confusing if you haven't been reading it. But I'm sure after this arc will be a good jumping on point, at least.
Pass.
She's supposed to be getting married this year. That was DC's big reveal.
I thought they revealed that and then decided she wasn't.
I hope not.
Like, I thought they revealed that and then said, no, they can't do that. I have something for news with that later, though.
Oh, okay. Well, if that's true, I'm a little upset. But
it's not about Batwoman exactly. It's about something else.
I understand. But yeah, I recommend it.
God is Dead, number 7.
Don't have that.
No longer written by Jonathan Hickman. Written by his co-writer, Mike Costa. And it's not just God is Dead anymore. It's Jonathan Hickman's God is Dead.
Oh.
And it's dirtier, it's grittier, it's less smooth, it's less eloquent, but it's really good.
Really? You're enjoying it?
I really did.
Didn't expect that to come out of your mouth.
I was going to drop it after this issue.
Yeah, you were pretty upset last time.
Yeah, because Hickman's not writing anymore. I was going to drop it. But I read this, and I feel like Hickman set up a good enough universe that this can be done properly. When Hickman wrote it, it had a certain style to it, how it rolled through, and it was just smooth, and now it just feels dirty and gritty, which is perfect for the atmosphere it's trying to create, which is a post-apocalyptic, after the God War happened, there's only one God remaining, who is the Mother of Earth, the Gaia, G-A-I-A, and she's the one sole God in charge. But there's these scientists that have this ability to go find God, and they find him dead.
Wow.
And then there's like a backside story where Death is just banging bitches and then killing them. Like, that dude's Death.
Wow.
And he has a cherub that's a friend, like, and he just keeps telling him to, like, go away. And he makes this cherub, like, have women fall in love with him, and then he kills them because he is Death. And he's been hiding from the gods because he's Death. Like, it's really good. I didn't want to like it because this is $3.99 that I wouldn't need to spend if it was bad.
Well, as long as it's good. I mean, it sounds interesting.
I would not recommend it to somebody who didn't read the first 6, the actual miniseries that it was supposed to be, because you'd probably be lost. And I also recommend knowing something about every type of godhood and mythology in the world if you want to read the first 6. Because there's so many references to different gods and different religions. Hickman either did his work or he's a major in religion. Because it was fantastic what he did with the first 6, and then I actually enjoyed 7.
I'm sure he did his work. He's
8 comes out next week.
Already?
Yeah, bi-weekly apparently.
Wow. $3.99 bi-weekly. That's crazy talk.
And they have 4 different covers for every one that are all $3.99.
Don't you love that?
They're all $3.99 though. So I get my pick which one I want.
Well, that's a plus at least.
I picked up next week I get the Carnage Wraparound. That's the name of it, I don't know. This one had 3-headed dragon on it. It was called the Iconic cover. And they have another one that's called, I don't know, something weird.
Oh, King Ghidorah.
Supergirl number 28. Did you read this?
Yes, can I just say, I wish that came out before.
You should read my notes. My notes say, should have been revealed here.
Yes, I agree.
Because, I mean, even with this cover. If I just got this cover and knew nothing about her becoming a Red Lantern...
It kind of killed the suspense.
It did.
Like, I know it's coming.
Yeah.
I mean, the build-up was good.
Like, honestly, when I was reading this, I was just thinking, like...
Why would they do that?
Was this an accident?
It had to be.
Is it like the Gambit annual accident?
Yeah, it's...
Because it should have came out before any of the Green Lanterns things, or the Red Lanterns, when she was in it.
Exactly. Or they shouldn't have revealed her in those.
Yeah.
I just feel like...
It's a big mix-up, without a doubt. Don't get me wrong, it was still cool to see her just, like, spewing acid venom and screaming in this.
It was awesome, though. I mean, I really enjoyed it.
I did.
But, I mean...
I'm glad you enjoyed Supergirl. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I, too.
Especially now that
impressed.
she's a Red Lantern, it's just... It's a whole nother character development thing, again. But Red Daughter of Krypton, what a sweet name for the storyline.
Yes.
I loved it, though. I mean, once again, this could be a jumping on point, in all honesty.
Yeah.
For her being a Red Lantern, this could be a jumping on point.
I would definitely suggest it.
I recommend Supergirl 28 if you want to read her as a Red Lantern.
I do, too.
Last book, I believe, from this week, Captain America 17. And I just want to say, my notes say 3 words. Silver Age goodness.
It was Silver Age goodness.
Everything about this book feels like a Silver Age book to me.
I'm still a little hazy on what happened, but...
I mean, everything from, like, the minor villains coming in. Who are they? The Shaolin Serpents or something?
No, the Shaolin Scientists or something?
Yeah, I mean, tell me that doesn't feel like it's... like
I know, like, I didn't see it coming.
Where, out of nowhere, there's 3 guys, have nothing to do with anything, calling themselves a crazy name, and doing something nobody cares about. That's Silver Age book.
I know, it's fantastic.
And I mean, everything from Dr. Mind Bubble doing God knows what.
Well, from what I gathered, that his mind bubbles go and change what they perceive as reality on people he attaches them to.
I guess so.
Like, Nick Fury thought he was stopping a Hydra thing.
Yeah.
And he ended up, like, giving Dr. Mind Bubble secrets, shield secrets.
I don't know. Yeah, it's weird, but I like him. I like not knowing what he's exactly doing. I like not understanding. And I think his personality is perfect.
It is.
Like, the way he's talking and everything, it's perfect. Although he kind of looks like Arcade on this cover.
A little bit.
This cover, tell me that doesn't look like a Silver Age cover.
It is very Silver Age cover. The next cover...
looks even more like a Silver Age cover.
I want it.
I want the original art.
There's also a Coulson reference in there, again.
He's in every book.
I know, it's happening. He's gonna be...
But, I mean, I can't really recommend this because there's a lot that went on to lead up to this. If I wouldn't have explained to you who Jet Black was, what happened to Cap...
or even the Iron Nail guy.
Or even the Iron Nail guy, you'd be lost.
Yeah.
So, unless you have a friend that reads this, and you either read their back issues or have them explain it to you, actually still pick it up. Rick Remender deserves it.
Yeah, I'll second that.
What a man he is.
I still enjoyed it, even though I was a little lost. And it's only gonna get better, I feel.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I wish they still did this more. Like, more... Like, that's what? That's 2 new modern villains in that series alone, and 1 new Jet Black.
Who's the other modern villain?
Iron Nail. Isn't he new?
I think he is new, yeah. When I first saw him, I thought he was the Mandarin. But, yeah.
He does look like the Mandarin, but...
But another thing this book does that a lot of other books don't do is stick with its character. This book has been about nothing but Captain America. Not Captain America interacting with anybody. It's just Captain America. If he is interacting with somebody, it's just the Falcon, who's only in this book pretty much.
Yeah. He wasn't even in this issue.
No, it's so character-centric.
Which is what it should be. If I get a Captain America book, I want it to be about Captain America.
Without a doubt. I loved it. I love this book. I have... I go back and pick up these trades. Read the trades, because it's that good. You need to read the first couple issues.
Well, when we go to that con in April, I'll see if I can find for $1.
Nice segue. News!
Ah.
Neil Adams is going to be there, correct?
Neil Adams is going to be at Steel City Con.
That's what, April 11th, 12th, and 13th?
I believe so.
And who else? Who's else there? Your boy, Greg Horn.
Greg Horn's going to be there.
George Animal Steel and Bruno Sammartino is going to be there.
There you go.
Pretty excited.
Who else is going to be there? Artist-wise, I think that's about it.
Yeah, that's usually it. Hopefully Glenn's there.
Good old Glenn.
I have on here Sottie Young writing and drawing the Raccoon solo.
How do you feel about this?
I'm not getting anywhere near it.
Not even going to touch it.
No. I don't like Sottie Young's style, and I think he's going to make Rocket Raccoon way too quirky.
I feel like it's going to turn into like Ren and Stimpy or something.
It's going to kill it in sales-wise.
Which is sad.
Because Sottie Young has this weird following for some unknown reason.
See, I want to see what he does with the other characters. If they're like Sottie Young drawn characters.
Of course they're going to be.
Like little baby.
Of course, like line drawn and
like,
shit.
I've never seen...
You've never seen Sottie Young's regular art?
No.
You've only seen his baby covers.
Yep.
He did Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
He did those series. But like I said, Wizard of Oz, you can do weird shit with Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
All his characters are really liney and scribbly. Did you see the cover for Rocket Raccoon?
Yes.
Really scribbly, right? That's what all of his art's like, to me. I don't know. I did read a book somewhere that wasn't... I think it was like right when he started getting into the big two, because it was like an early book and it looked nothing like his style.
He can't blame him. He makes enough money off that style.
Oh, yeah. He could just go to cons and draw the little cards and he'd make enough money to live on.
You know what?
What a life, man.
I honestly don't think I'm going to get on it if it's Sottie Young doing it.
You're not even going to pick up the first one.
He's writing it too, isn't he?
Yeah, it's his book.
I've never even heard of him writing anything.
Although they did say that he has to keep it as the movie Rocket.
Well, right now, I'm not quite sure what's different about movie Rocket and regular Rocket, you know?
Yeah.
So...
Although Guardians of the Galaxy Rocket has been fantastic.
Yeah, so far, yeah. Maybe I'll pick up the first issue, but...
If you pick up the first issue, I'm going to read it.
Yeah, you're just going to complain the whole time, like, this is ugly.
This is horrible. Like reading an all-red book.
Yeah.
But the writing is usually solid enough. And I don't know Sottie Young's writing. I don't know if I've read anything Sottie Young's
I don't
written.
think anyone knows Sottie Young's writing.
Did he write the Wizard of Oz books, though? I mean, obviously they were just versions of the actual Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
I'm sure
he definitely took liberties.
Yeah,
He definitely took liberties. So, Rocket Raccoon Solo, hopping on it. For at least one.
Yeah, I probably won't subscribe to it. I'll probably go pick it up somewhere.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. Because I'll forget about it, and then I'll get issue 2, like, damn it.
Alright, next thing I have on here is ABC. Did you see about the new show ABC has coming out?
No.
It's going to be a special Tuesday, March 18th. It's called Marvel Assembling a Universe.
You know what? Yes, I did.
And they're going to talk about their whole cinematic universe, how it came together. Then they're going to give sneak peeks of Captain America, Guardians of the Galaxy, and a new Age of Ultron sneak peek.
Yes.
Now, is this just an attempt at trying to get people to watch Guardians of the Galaxy? They're going to tell us how it fits in. No, listen, but guys, listen. Guardians of the Galaxy fits in right here. Like, you should just watch this.
I feel like the Marvelverse, movie-wise, doesn't need... Like, I don't think they have to get people to go watch the movies. It's just going to happen.
See, I think the movie is going to be fantastic, and I think the special is going to be fantastic.
Oh, yeah, I think it's going to be really good.
And I don't want to watch it. How many times have I talked to you about I don't want to see more of these movies? I just want to see them in
I don't want to see any more Captain America. It's coming out in, 2 months? A month now?
Yeah.
April?
Yeah.
I'm happy with what I've seen. I don't want to ruin any more of it, you know?
Yeah, I haven't watched anything. Like, I've gotten people even send me tweets about, like, special featurettes of it, and I've been ignoring them. I can't watch it.
Yeah.
And I will not watch anything more on Guardians of the Galaxy. Because I'm going to see it anyway.
I'm fair with that.
I'm not watching any more.
I kind of want to see the Age of Ultron thing, though.
I do. I just want to see what they're doing.
I know.
I just want to see what Ultron looks like.
They probably won't even show him. Probably be a silhouette.
Or just be a back view.
Yeah.
Speaking of trailers, have you seen the Godzilla trailer?
Yes.
Oh, man. I'm so excited.
I think it's going to be better than the last one.
It's going to be awesome. When was the last one? 2000?
Yeah.
Or at the end, they just show the eggs? Is that the one?
Yeah. Well, that Godzilla is not even considered Godzilla. It's the American Godzilla.
Yeah.
Totally different creature. I don't know. I doubt this one fits in continuity. It's probably just a continuation of the American Godzilla. But
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we just did a Godzilla continuity right there.
I don't know anything about Godzilla continuity.
Yeah, we should just stop there because it could get heavy.
All I want is this movie to just kill it in the box office and then have Godzilla versus King Kong. We need that in this world today.
I can see it.
We need it. That's something we need. I need it like a needle.
I'm pretty sure Peter Jackson would operate on
I don't need a needle. I don't need a needle.
You
I
need a
need
needle?
it like a heroin addict needs a needle.
Yeah, okay. Secrets coming out all day.
But I thought that the trailer looked awesome. I like the look of Godzilla. Although, the whole trailer, I was just hoping that I'd see Mothra just fly in and just swoop on his head.
There's still hope for Mothra.
There's never hope for Mothra. Unless they get to Godzilla 3, there's no hope for Mothra.
Mothra's actually a protector of, like, two, like, alien little girls.
I did know that. I didn't know that.
Weird.
How do you know so much about Godzilla?
I don't... Let's just... Next. Keep going.
I've watched the older movies as well, but I've never delved into the continuity.
I have a lot of free time.
Okay. Did you see the Marvel Netflix shows are being filmed in New York City?
I did see that.
Which is perfect. That's where Luke Cage belongs. Whoa. Sounded a whole lot more racist than I wanted it to. I meant like that's where his book takes place, so that's where his show should take place.
Yeah, of course. First off, do you know anything about Jessica Jones?
Like, she's the S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, correct?
Is she?
I don't know.
I thought she was like Luke Cage's wife or something.
Oh, was she in? God damn it. I think she was in the end of Thunderbolts, the last run of Thunderbolts. I think she was in the end. If that's who we're talking about the same person.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know anything about her other than that she's Iron Man.
She's Iron Man. Oh my god!
Did you see Barack Obama's making Iron Man?
No.
You didn't see that?
No.
He held a press conference. He's like, basically, we're making Iron Man. They're making like super suits.
Oh my god!
How fucking awesome is that?
Well, I don't know yet.
But no, all I know about her is that she's Luke Cage's wife. That's all I know.
Okay, I don't understand how she's gonna have a series. Again, I'm probably missing like 20 years of just Jessica Jones stories that I know nothing about.
Like Lois Lane stories.
Well,
dude, I want to get all those. They're expensive.
Fantastic.
They're hard to find. Were they a low print run? Because you don't see them all everywhere. I feel like just every old lady has all of them in her attic. Like that was the girl comic at the time.
I can believe it. They're very edgy.
Have you been watching the new series of Comic Book Men?
No.
A girl came in and bought when Lois Lane turns into an African American woman.
Really?
Yeah, and I have 2 of those.
I saw someone post about that on Reddit a couple of days
I
ago.
love that
I'm
book.
like, I know someone who has that.
It's awesome. I can't remember the number offhand, but Lois Lane decided she wants to be black in order to do a story about like the hood. Obviously, that's not how it's explained in the book because it came out in 1968.
Yeah.
Late 60s.
Yeah, that was still kind of okay.
Still, I don't think it was kind of okay. I think it was super okay back then. I bet you nobody flashed an eyelid at that.
I believe it. But anyway, all those Marvel Netflix things are leading up to Defenders.
Yes. Which is what, a show?
I believe it's going to be another Netflix show.
Yes. Which I hope isn't a miniseries. Like I think all of those leading up to it are miniseries, and then it's going to be an ongoing.
That'd be fantastic.
That'd be cool.
I'd be, and plus on Netflix, no commercials.
Yeah, not like Hulu.
Oh God, who?
We were talking about Batwoman getting married, and that's leading into this. Did you see 3D covers are back?
Again?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
For the 5 years later event, every book's gonna have
That thing's still happening, right?
Every book's gonna have a 3D cover, and there's gonna be 3 new weekly books coming out. Well, Batman Eternal, which you read, like a preview for.
Yeah, preview.
And then there's the 5 years later book, and then there's one more book I believe that takes place, like with the consequences of 5 years later or something. Don't get me wrong, I like the thought behind 5 years later. I don't like the thought of them forcing these things down my throat.
I don't like that it's something separate. Like, I feel if they would wrap up the current arcs they have now and jump everything ahead 5 years,
it'd be fine.
I'd be okay with it.
Although I did see a pretty cool idea. What if they set them to like, what number would the books be on in 5 years? Like 60?
Yeah.
What if they like, hey, the next issue is issue 63.
Oh God.
And then they had like made up ads for like future video games and stuff in them.
That'd be actually pretty cool.
It'd be awesome.
But they won't do that. They
No,
just want their little event and then quick buck.
But I mean, I saw the one 3D cover. I think it's for Superman or it's for Action Comics, and it's like kind of shows his future self, which looks just like Cyborg Superman. So I don't know where they're going with that.
See, I don't know. I'm sick of DC events, especially with Batman. Because they gotta tie everything in. It's like everything. Birds of Prey. No reason to tie that in.
See, like, if Batman had a solo series like Cap does, how it's only about him, it's only about what he's doing, and it's centered around him, I might be able to read that. I don't like Batman interacting with other people. Does that sound right?
No, because that's what you don't like about him. You don't like him being all broody and...
No, I don't. I don't want him... He could not talk the whole book, and I'd be fine with it.
Yeah, I understand. I don't know.
I mean, there's probably a book like that out there that neither of us are reading, because there's 14 Batman books ongoing right now. So there might be one out there, but I'm not reading it, because obvious issues.
Maybe like Batman 66 or something. Pretty sure that's...
That's back at the old...
Yeah.
It's the old TV show.
Yeah, but...
It's all red art.
I know. I was trying to
I'm
trick
not
you.
doing that.
Trying to trick you.
And a piece of sad news that I got, like, right before you showed up. You know Avengers AI is getting canceled?
Really?
Yep, issue 12. It's going to be the final issue.
Why?
I don't know. I guess it dropped below the 20,000 mark, sales-wise, and that's kind of when you get the axe. Although it did pop back up in January. Got back up to above 20,000. But they just said it wasn't selling enough.
That's a shame. It was really good.
It was.
I
mean, I'm going to enjoy it up to 12. Sam Humphries already wrote an article about it on his Tumblr and said, like, how much he loved writing it. He's like, I don't know which character I'm gonna miss writing the most. He said, never mind, definitely Doombot.
I know. I hope Doombot sticks around, though.
There's no way. What's Humphries writing now? He's writing something else.
I have no idea.
It might no, because that's done too. He said he has future endeavors coming up with Marvel, and we'll know about one in a few months. Sam Humphries has proven himself to me as a writer.
Well, what issue is it on now? 6 or 7?
I guess 8.
8? See, now that kind of sucks. I feel like it was leading up to something bigger.
Yeah, and they just told him you can't. That was my sad bit of news.
That is actually very sad.
I just didn't understand why, and that's my Vision book gone.
Yeah. What a crappy week.
You know what time it is now?
Character creation?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And instead of you trying to guess who it is, because that's just way too hard,
yeah,
I'm just going to read it to you, and then we're going to try to figure out what's going on.
Let's go for it.
This one, there's no way that there's any kind of way we can go other than what it is. I found out.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Once I read it, you'll know. There's no other way we can go with it than how I wrote it, pretty much.
All right.
Her name is Holy Smother.
Holy Smother.
Holy Smother. She had a traumatic and psychotic break after her husband died in war. Her husband died at war, and she wanted to kill her 3 kids. In the process of drowning the kids, she got struck by lightning, which struck the bathtub, okay? Upon that happening, the burning and fried blood of the kid in the bathtub stained her arms and her face red, and she gained hydroelectric powers, which means she can control the moisture in the air along with the electricity in the air. And that's what she uses to kill people, by smothering them. She takes their air away. Smother. Holy Smother. She's a mother. She smothers. She develops a god complex from this. I found out god complex is my go-to, apparently.
It really is.
And she develops a god complex, and she just goes and kills people. See, I feel like there's nowhere we can go. She has to be a villain.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no way around that.
Because she became this person by killing her kids.
Yeah, she was already a bad person.
And then developed a god complex. And it's not like she can't look in the mirror and see, oh, I didn't do that. She has the blood on her face and on her arms.
Well, yeah, she's definitely a villain. I mean, there's no way around that. You were right. You kind of wrote yourself in a corner there.
I did. But, I mean, it still would be awesome. But, like, she can control, if there's no moisture in the air with humidity, she can control the electric current in the air and zap away the air. Don't know how that would work. But
I'm sure there's a scientific reason.
Or she could, like, zap into their lungs and just stop the vessels from taking in oxygen.
I like it. I like it.
I mean, if you can control both water and electricity, you're pretty much just going to be a badass.
Yeah, I mean, what else do you need?
I mean, what's going to stop you? Rocks.
Rocks?
Just a bunch of rocks.
Are we going back to Pokemon now?
Wow. Yeah, we did. We did there, didn't we? I'm pretty excited about that, though.
Well, actually, rocks weak to water, but...
Yeah, let's not go Pokemon.
All right. I'm sorry. That happened.
But, I mean, yeah, hydroelectric, you're just a badass, and It's not a very exciting one because I wrote myself in a corner. But I feel like Holy Smother's a great name.
I feel like the origin and name are just fantastic.
See, I try my best on that. That's where I try to kill it.
And that's where you shine.
Although, I'm not going to lie, though. Like, this one was tough.
It's not that I don't like what she does for a living.
Yeah.
It's just...
I had a lot of nothing for character creation this week. I wrote this yesterday.
Guy, slacker.
Like, all week, I couldn't come up with something. And I just had, out of nowhere, I thought of Smother. And it just went from there. And that's what I came to. Like, how does my mind go from Smother to killing kids?
We should make her a thing.
We should make a universe with all of my characters.
We could draw them up and...
Well, you could draw them.
Well, yeah, but...
I can't draw anything. Maybe I could draw the bucket of foreskins. Maybe. That's probably max. That's just going to be me drawing a few like, little curvy lines and just scribble on it with a red marker.
You can do the cover art. Bucket of foreskins.
Big bucket of foreskins. Bucket of foreskins #1, the launch of our universe.
You need to put in like a KFC bucket or something.
We didn't even talk about X-Men Legacy.
Oh.
You read the first 3 issues.
Yeah, I did.
It doesn't sound like you like them. I told you before you read them that it's slow. It starts out very slow.
I'm going to be honest. It was really, really hard to get through. I finished the first one. I was like, oh, God, there's another one.
What was your issue?
It just...
The way he talks? Because it bothered me for a while.
It wasn't quite the way he talked. It was just...
You can tell Cy Spurrier is British.
Yes.
Or he's from somewhere in Europe. I don't want to say British and write him into a corner.
I just feel like there was so much going on. And then, like, I think it's the third one when the disembodied eyeballs are talking to him. Then he...
Is that the last one?
I believe so.
You got to take more then because that's when it... Yes. I remember these just now, you talking about them. I should have given you like 4 through 8 rather than these first 3. Because I was super confused on all these. The only reason... I almost dropped before number 3, but I kept for the cover art.
I can see why you would have, because honestly, no idea what was going on.
You're going to have to take at least the next 3.
There was so much going on with all the stuff in his head.
Yeah, I know.
And then trying to...
I remember them now. It was horrible.
I mean, the concept is good. It's sound. I have no problem with that. It's just the way it was executed. I was just so lost.
Well, no, you're definitely going to have to take the next 3 at least, and then give us an update.
God. All right.
I'm sure they'll be better.
Better bring some razors or something to try to get through.
I'm sure they'll be better. Because I think this is when it picks up. After 3.
Well, yeah, because Wolverine and them...
Let's not talk about Wolverine ever.
The guy was just talking about Wolverine Max like 10 minutes ago.
Wolverine Max was a good book, and it's canceled now.
I don't know if the good book's canceled. I'm really sad now. Other sad news. Harold Ramis died. It was upsetting.
Yes.
It's very upsetting.
Did he write Stripes?
I believe so.
I love
He wrote
Stripes.
Stripes, Groundhog Day, Caddyshack.
Movie update.
Ooh.
I've watched 90 movies this year already.
You're a little ahead of schedule, guy. It has been 90 days.
No, it hasn't. I'm trying to get ahead of schedule because I know there's going to be days where I'm going to miss them. I know there's going to be days where I can't read. I know there's going to be days where I can't watch
How do you read a
movies.
movie?
But yeah, I mean, I watched The Naked Gun this
How
week.
was that?
Oh, I fucking loved
I always
it.
wanted to watch that.
I don't think I would have liked Leslie Nielsen's humor. I don't think I did like it when I was younger. Like, I remember my dad watching it, and I never got into it. But now, I loved it. Every bit of it was just gold. I loved it. I wish I would have found it out earlier, but if I did, I don't think I would have liked it.
I'll have to pick it up.
I loved it. It's on Netflix.
Really?
Yeah, that's where I watched it.
Well.
And, oh man, I watched Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
How was that?
Did you know it came out in 1985?
I didn't know it was that old. I thought it was like 91 or something.
85. I thought it at least came out after Edward Scissorhands. Edward Scissorhands, 1990.
Yeah.
5 years after Pee-wee. Because both directed by Tim Burton.
Really? I didn't know Tim Burton directed that.
Yes, he did.
That's probably why I
And
enjoyed
when
it.
I was watching it, I don't like Tim Burton. I've never been a Tim Burton fan.
I know you haven't.
I loved it. It was one of my favorite movies as a kid. I loved Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I watched it in a completely different light. Pee-wee Herman is a lunatic. He yells at everything. He cares way too much for this bike.
Yeah, but guy, if you had couches and stuff talking to you, you'd be a little
He doesn't in
insane,
the
too.
movie.
He doesn't?
No.
I thought in the very beginning he did.
Not really, no. And he bullies the shit out of that other kid. Like, I don't know if you've seen the movie probably a long time ago.
Yeah,
right?
like 13 years ago.
Do you remember the kid who comes to the beginning and says, Pee-wee, my dad said I can have whatever I want for my birthday, and I want your bike. Pee-wee just bullies the shit out of him till he goes away. And then, once his bike actually gets stolen, Pee-wee Herman goes to this kid's house, dives in his bathtub, and tries to drown him. Not only is Pee-wee Herman a lunatic, he is a bully. And then, once he gets his bike back, and they're watching his movie that gets made, the kid comes, like, he's with his group, he goes, Pee-wee, you wouldn't have done any of this without me, right? And Pee-wee's like, yeah, I guess. And the kid's like, I just want to sit on it. The kid sits on a bike, and Pee-wee shoots him off with a spring-loaded seat. Pee-wee Herman is a bully and a lunatic. And I love it even more.
That makes me want to rewatch it now.
Oh, man. I got it if you want to borrow it. I bought it on DVD.
I'm probably going to have to. I'm sure my girlfriend will have something to say about that.
I can't even explain how much more I love it now. Like, I bought it probably around Christmas time. And I didn't watch it because I didn't want to put that nostalgic out of my head that it was so good. Because I used to love it. I want a Pee-wee Herman bike really bad.
Yeah, I understand.
But I didn't want to watch it and be like, oh my god, why did I like this? But now I watch it, and he'll walk by something and just yell at it. Like, that is the typical signs of a lunatic. Like, honestly, I was just losing it the whole time. It was marvelous.
That's fantastic.
Marvelous.
I'll have to...
And the girl in it, Pee-wee's girlfriend that works in the bike shop, voice of Tommy Pickles from Rugrats. Huh. You can hear it once in a while.
Now that you say that, I'll listen for it.
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. I love it. Buy Pee-wee Herman's Big Adventure, everybody. I don't know if he's still getting cuts from this. Do you know he's like 60 years old?
Yeah.
What's his name? Rubens? Paul Rubens is his name. Also, I was thinking they need to remake it. And I don't know if you remember what the kid looks like. The other kid, the one who bullied him, looks just like Nick Swartzen. Nick Swartzen could play that part. And Sheldon from Big Bang Theory. Tell me he would not play a perfect Pee-wee Herman.
I could see it.
I don't remember his actual name, like Sheldon's actual name in real life. But there were a few moments when I was watching it where it looked like him.
I could believe it.
It would be awesome. I need it made. Give me money to make this movie myself.
Why don't we make this movie ourselves?
How are we getting Nick Swartzen and Sheldon in a room?
Just pitch him this idea. It's gold.
I mean, Sheldon would want to play Pee-wee.
Yeah.
I'd hope so.
Yeah.
You got any ad drops this week? No changes in your poll or anything?
No, there's a couple things on the chopping block, which would be Birds of Prey. But again, it's not for me, so I'll suffer. And, of course, Justice League 3000, but still got three more issues?
I'm probably going to add 5 years later the weekly series that's coming out after.
Weekly?
Yeah, I'm probably going to try that out.
Wow, this is $3.99.
I don't know. I don't know the price yet.
DC Junior.
But if this event flops, like I have written here, DC events almost making me want to stop buying DC. Because these events happen and they just lead into another event.
Yeah.
None of these characters have a chance to do anything.
There's like no consequences to any of the DC events.
There isn't. And I dropped back issues like for a while. Like this week I didn't read one back issue. I was just reading the prose book, that book, Confederacy of Dunces.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I need to cleanse my mind of these back issues. Because as you know, I hammer out back issues.
Yeah, way more than me.
Just hammer them out. And in addition to that, I have no more room in my room. I don't have any boxes. So if I don't read any, none need to get worked into the collection.
We need to go buy some boxes. I could use some.
I do need to buy boxes. But, I mean, I'm reading Confederacy Dunces, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's really thick. It'll take you another week.
Yeah, probably, because I just started Tuesday, I want to say. I started, maybe Wednesday. But no, it's fantastic. I didn't expect it to be as good as it is. You have any final thoughts? She-Hulk comes out next week.
Does it?
I believe so. She-Hulk
yeah.
number 2 next week.
Yeah.
There's new number 1 next week, too.
Weird art. Actually, there is a variant cover by Amanda Connor that is fantastic. And I kind of want to get it. And then there is that
What's
interior
the incentive
art.
on that?
I didn't even look yet. I just saw it this morning.
There's a new number 1 coming out next week.
Really?
I know I hopped on it because I saw it. I checked my next week issues. There's nothing new you hopped on, is there?
No, not yet. I need to go and hop on.
I'm excited to read
5 years later.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to that. Their new suits, at least.
Oh, you didn't hop on Evil Empire?
No,
Max Bemis?
Oh, no, I didn't.
I hopped on that. That's next week.
I'll read yours.
Thanks.
It's too late for me.
Oh, also Starlight. I hopped on that Starlight book. I think it's Mark Millar verse. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Told you about that last week. That comes out next week. And yeah, She-Hulk number 2 comes out next week. Is this the cover?
There's a bunch of squares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was a preview of the interior art.
No, that's not the cover. Did you see issue 4's cover?
No.
It's her standing, and it's Doctor Doom behind her.
Really?
It's watercolor. It's pretty awesome.
It looks like this one's watercolor too.
Yeah.
I don't know much about art though, so. Issue 3 is the one with Doom behind her. Oh my god, that's fantastic.
Isn't it?
Wow.
I really liked it. So I guess she's going to be going up against Doom. I'm sure. Hopefully it's a
Teaming
legal
up.
matter.
Hopefully they're teaming up.
That'd be fantastic.
Hopefully they're banging.
If Doctor Doom comes to She-Hulk for legal help.
What if Doctor Doom comes to She-Hulk to court her? Vagina.
Wow.
He's gonna court-martial her.
Whoa.
That's a league reference.
Guy.
That's Rafi.
Oh, good old Rafi.
I mean, yeah, I don't really have much else.
Yeah, well, buy She-Hulk next week. If you don't, I'll find you. And can I just say thank you to the other... I don't know, you probably watched it probably 60 times, and I watched it about 40 times. But the other, I don't know, 130 people that actually listened to this last week.
Yes, anybody who listens to this, we're very appreciative of it, because we kind of just started this for us. And the fact that we're seeing people listening, it's kind of surreal to me. I still feel like it's a fluke. Like, we're going to check the numbers in a week, and it's going to be just 5.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you are listening, especially if you made it this far, sincerely thank you.
Yeah, and if there's anything you want to hear about, just leave a comment. I mean, we know lots of things.
Well, we obviously didn't know first appearances.
Well, no, but I mean...
Hold on. Did you take that up with her? About that damn character?
Some things are better left unbrought up. So, I mean, if you want to do it with her, I'll give you her number.
No, I'm good. But we're going to get more professional with this eventually. We have mics and a recorder.
Yeah, this is issue 7?
Somewhere around
8?
there.
So, at 10, we're thinking, gonna step it up a notch.
And then it'll be better sound quality overall. Maybe a little minor editing here and there to just, make it more clean. But all in all, honestly though, if you listen and you enjoy it, thank you. I'm going to set up a Twitter shortly for it, possibly.
Yeah, please do.
Which will just be you and me following it and retweeting it.
Yeah, if you see one of our tweets, please retweet it. We'd appreciate it.
Yeah, but all in all, thank you for listening. And as always, beware of Holy Smother.